Just like having the right information is necessary to make solid hiring and lending decisions, being engaged in our community is important. DataFax is proud to support the positives and be a presenting sponsor of the Spark.
Since 1964, Memphis Theological Seminary has worked to equip men and women of all races and faiths with the spark to do ministry for the real world. We're grateful to serve our community and proud to support WKNO.
Lipscomb and Pitts Insurance has been serving the Mid-South since 1954. We've always focused on supporting our community and believed in promoting the positives, encouraging engagement, and leading by example. Lipscomb and Pitts is proud to be a presenting sponsor of the Spark.
Additional funding for the Spark provided by Christian Brothers University.
This month on The Spark, our theme is A Roof Overhead. We'll learn more about a nonprofit providing homebuyer education, foreclosure prevention, affordable lending products, and construction services. An organization fighting cancer year-round with a lodge offering free accommodations, and a hotel with a brand recognized globally but focused locally. We'll also share a special moment from our most recent Spark Awards. Have you ever been excited by a new idea? Inspired by watching someone lead by example? When we talk about creating change, we start by sharing the stories of everyday heroes who are making a difference in their own way, so we can learn and do the same. This truth is the power behind this show, which is focused on business and community leaders that are leading by example to give back, fuel change, and create new opportunities for the Mid-South. I'm Jeremy Park, and this is The Spark. They're a local nonprofit affordable housing agency. I'm here with the executive director and the founder of United Housing, Tim Bolding. So, over 22 years of history making a difference here in the Mid-South area. Give us an idea, though, context, some history for United Housing.
22 years, it's hard to believe, but we started 22 years ago as a part of United Way of the Mid-South, thus the name United Housing. That's stuck. People still call looking for United Way housing, so that's good. We started out with a grant. We wrote a proposal to the Department of Housing and Urban Development to do 50 units. We were going to acquire, renovate 50 units, foreclosed units, ironically. And today we have reached, 22 years later, we have reached over 4,000 families that we have assisted to become homeowners or avoid foreclosure. So we've been around a long time and far exceeded our initial projection of that first 3-year goal to reach 50 people.
Well, so let's break it down because you do a lot. So
we do a lot. Our counseling is free, our classes are free. Our goal is to help people get into a home, become a homeowner, and get a good loan with no funny business, I always say I want my customers to have a plain vanilla ice cream mortgage. It's easy to understand and easy to take care of.
And that's the next component is the lending side.
The lending pieces. So knowing what to do is the education. Getting the funds to do it is the financing piece. Since we started 22 years ago, we have been providing down payment and closing cost assistance to folks to help them with the upfront cost of becoming a homeowner. We get those funds from many different places. It could come from the state, the city, the county, local foundations. We get those funds from numerous places for that purpose. We also have a home improvement program right now. We've put together with investments from local banks about $2.5 million of funds to provide loans to families at 1.5% to do home improvements. We get those calls every day from customers. I need my house fixed, I need my roof fixed, my heat and air is messed up, could you help me out? And so we just decided we had to do something because the demand is so high.
Give us some of the stats, because when you talk about what you're doing, you are, getting home buyers homes, right, especially those that traditionally would be underserved. You're preventing foreclosures, and you're improving them with the renovations.
Right,
so
we're improving the house. One of the things that I'm really proud of is that our work actually improves the tax base for Memphis. We've heard the mayor talk about the tax base, and we hear articles about that, but we actually are doing something about it. With our work, the third part of our business is actually the production of houses. We renovate and we build new homes. Since we started, as I said, we've helped over 4,000, actually 4,400 families become homeowners or avoid foreclosure. Through our rehab work and through our new construction work and our finance work, we have had an impact on over $450 million worth of housing in Memphis.
Talk about Wolf River Bluffs.
Well, Wolf River Bluffs is our new subdivision. It's at the corner of James and McLean. I'm really proud of what we've done there. We assembled about 100 acres of land. We have developed 16 acres on that into 32 lots. Okay, we've sold about a dozen houses out there thus far. We've got about 20 lots to go. On those lots, we're building 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes. They're about 1,500 square feet, 2-car garage. They're really a nice floor plan. And probably, to me, the most important thing is we're doing 2-kilowatt solar panel systems. Every house has a solar photovoltaic system on it that belongs to the homeowner. You might have seen something in the news recently about a big investment in Millington, I think it was, about a large solar panel. Well, that's corporate owned and that's great. These systems belong to the homeowner. And what's really fun about it to me is that produces about $30 a month in electricity. So your home is actually producing electricity there. So if you use, it's a net meter. If you use $100 worth of electricity per month, that's minus the $30 that we pay, you're going to pay $70, right? So every month, forever, okay? Your house is a little electric factory up there.
Well,
so our whole subdivision
generating, right,
is going to be generating electricity.
You know, one of the neat pieces to me is you're working with veterans as well. Give us a snapshot on your program with veterans.
You know, we are doing some special outreach to veterans right now. We're on our closing our 5th home right now that we've done for veterans. And we actually have got support through the county government for this. And we're actually able, this is unbelievable, to provide 0% forgivable first mortgages under these first 5 houses. So if the veteran stays in the house for 15 years, it's a 15-year deal, it reduces 1/15 per year for 15 years. And then it's theirs and they haven't paid a dime.
So talk about how the public can help, because obviously you're doing a lot on your own, but
right,
there's got to be ways we can help.
We have some volunteer opportunities when we do some of the repair jobs. We're looking to do a volunteer. Actually, we have 2 houses side by side that were recently donated to us. We're going to have a volunteer day on that to do the tear down, clean up. I found volunteers really like to tear stuff down. So we can get in and demo a bathroom and a kitchen, clean up the yard, cut down some trees. That's the kind of thing that we have a lot of fun doing with volunteers.
Well, make sure, get involved, check out United Housing. Greatly appreciate the impact you're having, the work you're doing here in the Mid-South.
Right.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, Jeremy.
They're an organization fighting cancer year-round with a lodge offering free accommodations. I'm here with Sarah Bynum, the communications manager, and Tracy McFall, the senior community manager for American Cancer Society. So you fight cancer year-round, but give us an idea, when you talk about American Cancer Society, give us a little bit of context. Give us some of the history, especially working here in Memphis.
So the American Cancer Society started in 1913, and our mission was simple: put an end to cancer. And throughout the years, our mission has changed a little bit, but primarily, we're focused on eliminating the pain and suffering from cancer around the world. Here in Memphis, we have local programs and services to help people here in the city fighting cancer, and also those who pick Memphis as their cancer treatment. We have programs and services available for them as well. So if you come to Memphis outside a 40-mile radius, you can stay at our Hope Lodge. If you live here and you don't have transportation or you need access to some free services, we also can provide that as well. We fight cancer every day in every community, and we're very proud of the work we do in Memphis.
So before we talk about the economic impact, because you fund a lot of research and development, let's talk about some of the programs. So Reach to Recovery, that's one. So describe Reach to Recovery.
Well, Reach to Recovery is a great program that we provide for our breast cancer patients. We partner breast cancer survivors who have been down the road before with newly diagnosed women who are just now facing a cancer diagnosis. We partner with them We try to do age group, race, ethnicity, and type of cancer. There's thousands of different types of breast cancer, and so we try to pinpoint exactly the road that patient is going over, and partnering them together and helping to relieve that anxiety of things that they are going through their cancer journey. So it's giving them an instant best friend to call in the middle of the night or call before they go to a doctor's appointment to say, what should I be asking? What should I be doing? How do I tell my children? Is my hair going to fall out? All those questions that a new patient would have, we provide that service and that program through the American Cancer Society.
And as you alluded to, transportation is a big part of this, Road to Recovery. So describe the Road to Recovery program.
Well, Road to Recovery is one of my favorite programs because it pairs a volunteer with someone in need of transportation. So we, just like Road to Recovery with our Reach to Recovery volunteers, our road volunteers give their time and gas money and go into whatever part of town that patient is in, and they pick the patient up and they carry the patient to treatment. Often they wait in the waiting room while the patient is going through treatment. A chemotherapy appointment may take 20 minutes, whereas, a radiation appointment may take about 20 minutes, whereas chemotherapy may take hours. And often the volunteer stays with the patient and then takes them back home. And it just alleviates the burden of trying to get a ride. You know, the patients may have family who live in the area, but some treatment schedules are every day, 5 days a week for a year, and that's just a big burden to place on family members. So we have volunteers who are able to provide that service.
And so then let's talk about the free lodging, and we're talking millions of dollars of savings to these families. Describe the Hope Lodge.
So the Hope Lodge is our Harrah's Hope Lodge, and it opened in 2010. It's located right next door to Sun Studio, so I'm sure you pass it once a week at least. But since 2010, we've served 2,500 patients and caregivers. They've stayed with us 25,000 nights, which has saved them about $32 million. So it's a boutique hotel located right in the heart of our medical district. The Hope Lodge here in Memphis is one of 32 Hope Lodges across the country, providing a free place to stay, absolutely free, no cost. And this is for patients who select Memphis as their treatment center. They're outside a 40-mile radius and they come to Memphis. Because as I mentioned before, your treatment schedule could be treatment every day for 5 days a week for a year or longer or shorter. And people can stay at our Hope Lodge throughout the duration of their treatment, a patient and a caregiver, and completely free. And we have washers and dryers and a fitness facility, wireless, a huge kitchen for them to cook in. We also have community groups that provide meals to our guests, and we have transportation there as well. So if you're not from Memphis, navigating our morning traffic commute might be a little intimidating. And so we have volunteers who will take the patient to treatment and then bring them back to the Hope Lodge.
There's a lot of things I think that people can do here to make a difference. So let's start with the walk, because this is a big deal every October. Give us an idea.
So every October we gather the community together to celebrate breast cancer survivors and make an impact for newly diagnosed patients by celebrating people who are going through treatment or celebrating our survivors who have finished their treatment. But it is Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. It is every October. This year will be our 16th year in Memphis, and we will be out at the Liberty Bowl on October the 23rd. A great fun-filled Sunday afternoon, just full of excitement and celebratory atmosphere, and just out there just giving each other pats on the back and you can do this and we're behind you, and it's just a really wonderful atmosphere. We do it every October, and we're just super excited about the traction we've made in Memphis over the last few years, making sure that everyone realizes that the American Cancer Society is a great place for people to spend their pink dollars if they're wanting to support breast cancer in some way, which when October comes around, the whole world seems to turn pink. And we want to be sure that people understand that we are a great place to give and to make an impact with their donations.
So tell viewers where they can learn more, how can they get access to the information, but also to give us maybe one or two ways that we can help above and beyond the walk, volunteerism. What are some ways that we can help?
So great place for information is cancer.org, and also for a Making Strides event near you, or the one in Memphis, is makingstrideswalk.org. Great way, so the American Cancer Society is a volunteer-based organization. So in addition to volunteer opportunities through Road or Hope Lodge or Reach, tell a friend about us. Tell someone about Hope Lodge. Tell someone about our 1-800 number that's available 24/7. You can call anytime, day or night, to ask any kind of cancer-related information. You can even make a comment if you'd like to about your cancer experience, but we have trained specialists on call 24/7 every day of the week, ready to answer your questions.
Well, make sure and check out American Cancer Society, get involved, join the walk, be a part of the effort. Thank you, Tracy and Sarah, for coming on the show and sharing all the great work you're doing. I appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
The Spark Awards annually recognize and celebrate individuals and organizations that have made outstanding contributions to the community. One of the honorees in our most recent Spark Awards was Greg Rutledge, whose volunteer work at the Calvary Rescue Mission truly exemplifies the ideals of service and giving back.
My volunteerism at Calvary Rescue Mission started in August of 2008 when my son and I returned from a family mission trip with our church to Guatemala. We saw terrible need over there, but I wanted my son to understand and appreciate that while there is great need overseas, there's just as much need here locally. And I wanted to have him serve a meal at a homeless shelter. And one of the people on the trip were already involved with Calvary Rescue Mission. He said, "I got a great deal for you. Come with me and you'll see what homelessness is all about." The two of us went down there, served the meal, and I absolutely fell in love with the place. It allowed me for the first time in my life to put a face on homelessness and put a name with it and understand that they're just exactly like me, just their circumstances are a little different. What I intended for my son to learn, I learned even more. When I go down there, I normally get there about 5:30 in the evening where we serve the meal for the men. They're already in, the men are allowed to come in at 4 o'clock. Before they have dinner, they have to go take a shower. Fortunately, we have a lot of people who travel a great deal, including myself, and I collect soaps and shampoos from the motels where I stay. At 5:30, we serve the meal and just sit and talk with the guys about life in general, how life is going for them, things that are happening in their lives, and how good it is to see them again. Once they finish the meal, the volunteers that are there clean the tables, clean the floors, clean up the kitchen, and get ready for chapel service. Thanksgiving and Christmas we share with the community around us. The day before Thanksgiving we prepare meals for 400 people. The second Saturday in December we have our annual Christmas celebration, and that is indeed a treat at Calvary Rescue Mission because we have more than 600 kids start lining up early that morning. And every kid that's there gets a gift bag that's age appropriate and gender appropriate for them and includes a New Testament in there. For many of those kids, this is their only church service for the whole year. For a lot of them, it's the only toys that they'll get.
Why do you volunteer?
I volunteer because I absolutely love it. I see the opportunity to, I see men who need hope. It touches my soul to be able to see men who have hit rock bottom and for them to have the opportunity to become productive again. And every time I go down there to try and bless them, it blesses me 10 times more than what it does them.
They're a hotel with a brand recognized globally, but they're focused locally. I'm here with Greg Milligan, he's the Director of Sales, and David Giacchetta, the General Manager for the Hilton Memphis Hotel. So drive by it every day, you can't miss it, the round building. But give us an idea, so 1975, but give us some history for the Hilton Memphis.
The hotel is an icon in East Memphis. It's been there since 1975, 41 years. It's a great property, 405 rooms, over 30,000 square feet of meeting space. We just recently did a renovation, opened up what we call our Provisions Market, which is a market culinary concept on the high end. The response has been very positive. We also opened up a new patio on the lake side of the hotel with fire pits, great ambiance. And we've always had a great lobby, great entrance, and the convention center itself is one of the best places to hold an event in Memphis.
Well, I couldn't agree more. I mean, you walk in, and to your point, it's got a beautiful landscape there. You've got the outside, kind of the pool there. You've got all sorts of amazing amenities, but it's first class. And one of the things that you guys are very well known for, which ties back to even Top Workplaces, is the customer service aspect. So
right.
As soon as you walk in, you have someone opening the door for you. You walk in, and everybody's got the bright smiles. Give us an idea, when you talk about customer service, what really separates you guys in terms of the experience that you try to provide customers and tourists that come into Memphis?
Well, one of the biggest things is with our team members at the hotel. They're all empowered to take care of the guest and to welcome them just like they were at their personal house. And that really sets us apart from everybody else. You know, it's the team members that take pride in what they do at the hotel.
It's all the Southern hospitality, right?
Right,
Taking it to a whole new level. So talk about the conference amenities, because as you alluded to, that's a big part of what you do. Is you host huge events, small events, receptions to corporate events and workshops and seminars, bringing in national guest speakers and huge conferences. Talk about some of the ways that the conference facilities can be utilized.
Well, we have a very large ballroom, so we can do receptions up to 1,200 people, serve food for 800 plus. So it's a great place, great choice in Memphis for all types of meetings. We work very closely with the AutoZone, Liberty Bowl, have for several years now. And all those events, we get to host the Big 12 team. Hosting the Big 12 team is always very exciting. This year we got to host Kansas State. Got to see Coach Snyder in action. But these annual events that we have just really do help us be who we are in the community.
And you guys partner a lot with nonprofits to host events there. I mean, that's a big part of this, is allowing them to share their story with others too, and use obviously the Hilton and your legacy to be able to make a difference. Talk to us about the partnership with nonprofits, especially when it comes to using the space there to share their stories.
It's really important. We get very connected to a lot of organizations in the Memphis area. We provide space, work with them to help their event be a success. We always try and value that relationship because we feel it helps us in the community overall. It's been a big part of our legacy of who we are, and we've hosted several of those, and we have several every year.
So I know that volunteerism is a big part of what you do. You have teams that run in relay races, you give back in big ways. Talk about some of the things that really stand out to you when it comes to your team members getting involved in the community.
Well, you know, one of the biggest things that we have at the hotel is we have an organization that we're very passionate about, which is Give Kids the World. It's for children that have a life-threatening illness, and the village is in Kissimmee, Florida. And we raise money for the family. It's just for the child. It's for the entire family. An entire week can go to this village, all expenses paid, and just really burden off their shoulders and experience Disney and characters and just the smile on their face. I had an opportunity to go there for a couple of days, and I just walked around, and every child and family there just thoroughly enjoyed themselves. And the smiles, you would never know they were there for anything else except to enjoy themselves. So it was very fascinating, and that's one of our biggest that we really enjoy doing.
I know you've done relay races, and talk to us about some of the other things that stand out to you.
Well, we work for Davidson Hotel Company, and we manage the property. We have about 38 hotels in our portfolio right now, and so all 38 hotels are committed to this village. So we do events like ice cream for breakfast, where we set up in the lobby and it's free and people can make sundaes, and all we ask for is a donation to Give Kids the World. I think Davidson Hotels has raised about $200 million so far since we adopted this organization. So it's really core to our organization.
What makes you the most proud when you look at working for Davidson Hotels, but the Hilton Memphis particularly, and getting the acknowledgments like Top Workplaces, and the customer service, the give back, all the things that you're doing? What puts a smile on your face to say this is why we're proud and happy to do what we do every day?
I'd have to say we look at everything as family. We care for each other. We hug each other. We high five each other, and we just really care. And I think, and that just filters down. It's just a domino effect. Then it comes right to the guest. And it's just bleeds right off into them. And I think that's a big part of our success.
I think what highlights that is our family care program, where employees can donate a certain percentage of their paycheck that is spent within the company to support families within our company that have situations
So we care
that
program.
arise. So we really want to make sure we take care of our people.
Well, I greatly appreciate all you're doing here in the Mid-South to be a first-class accommodations not only to our tourists, but obviously all of our partners here hosting their events, allowing nonprofits to share their stories. Thank you for giving back and making a huge difference and for coming on the show and sharing it. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Having a roof overhead, a safe place to stay is important, whether we're in our hometown or traveling in a different city. It's shelter from the rain, heat, and cold weather, but it's also where family and friends connect and create memories, where love is shared. As we saw, each of our guests this month is providing a roof overhead in a different way. United Housing is helping families who are underserved by the traditional home ownership industry realize their dream of owning and maintaining a home. The American Cancer Society in Memphis is helping those diagnosed with cancer through a variety of programs and services, including free lodging for those coming to our city to receive treatment. The Hilton Memphis Hotel is not only taking care of tourists and travelers to our city, they're giving back in big ways locally through their support of nonprofits and volunteerism. It's inspiring to see how having a roof overhead leads to greater good. So thank you for watching The Spark. To learn more about each of the guests and to share your stories of others leading by example, visit WKNO.org and click on the link for The Spark. We look forward to seeing you next month, and we hope that you'll join us in creating a spark for the Mid-South.
Just like having the right information is necessary to make solid hiring and lending decisions, being engaged in our community is important. DataFax is proud to support the positives and be a presenting sponsor of The Spark.
Since 1964, Memphis Theological Seminary has worked to equip men and women of all races and faiths with the spark to do ministry for the real world. We're grateful to serve our community and proud to support WKNO.
Lipscomb and Pitts Insurance has been serving the Mid-South since 1954. We've always focused on supporting our community and believed in promoting the positives, encouraging engagement, and leading by example. Lipscomb and Pitts is proud to be a presenting sponsor of The Spark.